Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this video, we will be talking about Jeana Caperna literally admitting to assault on Instagram, Jax Taylor moving on with his ex's publicist, and, stuff like Doe Reed thinking about quitting Bravo and the reaction of the cast. Plus, we've got messy Atlanta receipts involving a strip club, some heartbreaking family estrangements in the OC, and Stassi Schroeder throwing heavy shade at Jeana Keough.
It is a massive stack of updates today, honestly.
Hey, this is Delilah.
And hey, this is Fahi.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio, every single article you sent us, so you are completely caught up.
Yeah, and what we're really looking at today across all these stories, it's kind of a masterclass in how reality stars try to manage their off-camera lives.
Absolutely.
Like, we're seeing them weaponize surveillance, trying to control their own PR, and usually failing, and just watching the line between real life and entertainment totally dissolve.
Totally. So let's jump right into the most viral news of the week to start us off. The Valley is giving us a real-time scandal right now.
Oh, the Jax Taylor situation.
Yes. Jax officially confirmed he is, quote, taken. Because a fan commented on his Instagram pool photo, saying he should be the next Bachelor, and he immediately shut it down.
Right, and the person he's reportedly taken by is what makes this so wild. It's Lori Krebs.
Which is just, wow. For anyone trying to map this out, Lori Krebs was Brittany Cartwright's publicist for years.
Yeah, that detail transforms this from just like standard reality gossip into a full-blown crisis management disaster.
It's a staggering betrayal.
Yeah.
Like, you pay a publicist to protect your image, and now she is dating the man who is literally the biggest threat to it.
Exactly. But reports are saying Brittany wasn't exactly blindsided by this.
Right. Sources claim she had her suspicions about Jax and Lori for years, actually.
Years.
Yeah. But she brushed them off because, she trusted her publicist.
Yeah.
But then photos surfaced of Jax and Lori vacationing together in Mexico.
Oh, wow. You can't ignore Mexico photos.
Nope. So Brittany finally cuts ties with Lori. And now, supposedly, Bravo has picked cameras back up to film the fallout for the upcoming season of The Valley.
Which is so telling about how modern reality TV works.
How so?
Well, the whole ecosystem requires this constant fuel, right? So when a storyline this huge happens off camera involving a trusted business associate crossing a major boundary, production knows this real-life drama is way better than anything they planned.
Oh, for sure. They have to break the schedule.
Yeah, they can't ignore it. It's too lucrative. And the craziest part is Jax isn't even technically on the cast right now.
I know, I just don't understand how Lori thought she could manage the optics of this. But speaking of totally bungled PR strategies, we have to talk about Jeana Caperna.
Oh, boy. The drink toss.
Yes. She's been getting massive fan backlash after the Valley season finale, where she threw a drink and the actual cup at Danny Booko.
Right, and fans were flooding social media, calling her a bully, saying it was assault.
And Janet's response to this massive crisis, she literally went to her Instagram story and posted the Google definitions of assault and battery.
I mean, she posted the actual legal statutes. She highlighted that assault is putting someone in fear of unwanted contact, and battery is the actual physical touching.
Which is just an insane move.
She explicitly wrote, yes, throwing a drink and cup is assault battery, and then told her followers to use the correct legal terms when criticizing her.
I'm sorry, but what on earth was the goal there? Like, does she actually think posting the penal code works in a PR crisis?
It really doesn't.
Nobody reads a clinical dictionary definition and suddenly says, oh, my bad, I forgive you for throwing a drink. She basically admitted to a crime just to win a technical vocabulary argument.
It's fascinating, though, mechanically speaking. She's trying to strip the emotion out of the whole thing.
By being literal.
Yeah. She's attempting to turn a really visceral, angry audience reaction into a clinical debate about terminology, like, let's litigate the facts, not the feelings. It's a defense mechanism, mostly to justify her previous claims about Danny's behavior towards other castmates, which she had labeled as sexual assault before.
Okay, but it totally backfired. I mean, fans were tagging Andy Cohen, asking why assault isn't being addressed by the network, demanding she be fired.
Yeah, you really can't out-logic an emotional audience.
It's like pulling out the official rulebook to prove a technicality while, simultaneously flipping over the entire Monopoly board.
That is the perfect analogy.
You can't sanitize a messy TV moment with a legal dictionary. It removes the one thing the audience actually wants, which is just a simple human apology.
Exactly. Now, Janet tried to sanitize her drama, but if we look at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they are doing the exact opposite.
Oh, completely. They're weaponizing raw, unedited reality. The surveillance state in Atlanta right now is wild.
It really is. The escalation of what counts as evidence in these fights has changed so much.
Right, like it used to just be he said, she said.
Yeah, now if you don't have the multimedia file to back it up, you basically don't have a storyline.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So let me set the scene for you. Angela Oakley was running around claiming she was vindicated about a rumor she spread regarding her neighbor, Ashley Byram's husband, George.
The affair rumor.
Right. Angela claimed George was having an affair with Shemia Morton, and she even bragged about hiring a private investigator.
Which is intense on its own.
Totally. But Ashley didn't just deny it. She fought back by dropping literal live audio from a Crash to Cash event on her Instagram.
And just for context, a Crash to Cash event is essentially a professional financial networking seminar.
Yeah.
So they're using this highly professional setting as the backdrop for reality TV opposition research.
It is so absurd. So in this secret audio, you hear George explicitly explaining how he met Shemia. He says he met her at the Cheetah, which is a famous strip club in Atlanta.
Right, which sounds bad at first.
Yeah, but instead of proving an affair, he goes on this long rant praising her work ethic. He talks about how she works at the Hawks games, runs her foundation, and he literally says, every time I see her, I gotta pay her.
Meaning donating to her charity?
Exactly. He clarifies it means giving to her foundation. Shemia even jumped into the comments of the audio clip and wrote, "Vindicated my ass. A lie doesn't care who tells it."
Which just fundamentally dismantles the whole narrative Angela was trying to build. But look at the mechanism there. We have entirely moved past the era of printing out text messages for a reunion.
Oh, absolutely. Because Ashley didn't even stop at the secret audio. She also released Ring doorbell camera footage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, footage of Angela creeping around her house on Halloween night, allegedly trying to gauge Ashley's response to the rumors before cameras even picked up for the season. It is full-blown espionage.
It creates a terrifying environment for the cast, honestly. They are living in this panopticon where they are constantly surveilling each other.
It has to be exhausting.
It is. They know that at any moment, a Ring camera, a voice memo, or a PI could be weaponized against them. It forces a level of paranoia that changes how they interact even off camera.
And you can see that intense paranoid energy carrying right over into the season 17 reunion.
Oh, the trailer.
The trailer just dropped, and it's sheer chaos. Andy Cohen asks Cynthia Bailey, who's returning as a friend, if she missed a lot, and then the trailer just launches into K. Michelle, F.A. Wydrow Parks, and Portia Williams losing their minds.
Just screaming at each other.
Yes. Portia and K. Michelle are going to war over a shared ex, a guy K. Michelle hilariously called a rich PayPal man.
Amazing.
And then, right in the middle of a massive argument, Drew Sidora literally grabs a production clapboard and yells, "Cut!"
That moment with Drew is highly significant, actually.
Really? Why?
Well, when she yells cut and grabs that clapboard, she is violently breaking the fourth wall. It's an attempt to seize directorial control because she feels she's losing the narrative.
It's like a magician pulling back the curtain right in the middle of a trick because they're messing up the illusion.
Exactly. She is acknowledging they are producing a show to try and stop a scene that isn't favoring her. But at the same time, the grudges fueling the argument, like Portia and Shemia hitting a point of no return, those are deeply authentic.
So it's real and fake at the same time.
Yeah, it's this fascinating duality. The emotions are real, but they are constantly aware they're performing them for a camera.
That makes so much sense. Now, from the highly produced drama of Atlanta, we need to take a heavy pivot to Orange County.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Because while Atlanta is fighting over PayPal men, the OC is showing us the very real, heavy consequences of living in this reality TV surveillance state for decades.
It is a stark contrast, and it's a necessary reality check about the human cost of doing this genre long term.
For sure. Vicki Gunvalson's son, Michael Wolfsmith, recently revealed on Instagram that he hasn't seen his sister, Brianna Culberson, in 8 years.
8 years. That is a staggering amount of time for a family that, in the early seasons, was portrayed as incredibly tight-knit.
Right. We watched those kids grow up on camera.
You really did.
Well, Michael lives in Spain now, and Brianna lives in Oklahoma with her husband Ryan and their 4 kids. Vicki actually admitted on the show recently that it absolutely sucks her kids live so far away.
Yeah, she mentioned seeing other families having normal Sunday dinners, and she just doesn't have that.
Exactly. But the real insight came when fans pressed Michael in his Instagram comments about why they only FaceTime and never visit. He did not hold back. He explicitly blamed Brianna's husband, Ryan.
Yeah, Michael stated that a couple of years ago he was physically close to Oklahoma and wanted to visit. But Brianna told him it wasn't a good time because of Ryan.
And Michael explicitly said he does not get along with him. It is just devastating.
It really is.
And RHOC is dealing with other profound real-life issues right now, too. There was a brief mention of alum Jeana Keough's heartbreaking battle with tongue cancer.
Which is so awful.
Vicky explained that Jeana actually had to set up a GoFundMe because a dentist made a massive diagnostic error that significantly delayed her treatment.
It grounds the viewer instantly, doesn't it? When you document a specific group of people over decades, you aren't just getting dinner party fights.
Right.
You inevitably capture the brutal realities of aging, fractured families, and life-threatening illnesses.
It's honestly jarring. You watch them argue over an unboxing game at a dinner party, knowing that off-camera they are dealing with a delayed cancer diagnosis. It really puts the petty drama into perspective.
Absolutely.
Now, if you were trying to keep track of all these names and cities at home, you literally need a corkboard and red string. So shout out to you, our listener, for keeping up.
You're doing great.
Here's a quick, wild fact to keep you going. Shannon Beador's BravoCon beef, which we're about to unpack, happened at an event with over 30,000 attendees.
30,000 people.
Imagine trying to navigate a personal feud in a crowd the size of a small city.
It certainly adds a layer of logistical chaos to any conflict.
Totally.
Yeah.
So Rodrigo Reyes from Southern Charm recently called out Shannon Beador from RHOC, claiming she was very rude to him at BravoCon.
Right.
Shannon went on Watch What Happens Live with her daughter Sophie, and when Andy asked her about Rodrigo's claim, she gave this bewildered look, totally channeled her inner Mariah Carey, and basically hit him with the I don't know her energy.
She did quickly follow up by asserting she didn't intentionally mean to hurt his feelings, though. She offered to make up with him at the upcoming Fan Fest.
Yeah, she said, Andy knows me. I'm nice to everyone, but I'm sorry, Rodrigo. Let's make up.
Yeah.
But her initially not even knowing who he was perfectly highlights our next topic.
The crossover ecosystem.
Yes. We have Shannon from Orange County beefing with Rodrigo from Charleston. The casts from totally different shows are constantly intermingling, dating, and fighting.
It has become a completely closed social ecosystem. If you map out everyone these people have dated or fought with over the last 5 years, you realize reality TV stars are basically a distinct social class now.
It is wild. Look at Sally Carson making a cameo on Summer House. She confessed to Lala Kent that she's terrified to film because she's intimidated by Ciara Miller.
And why is that?
Because Sally and Ciara have, quote, crossed guys. Specifically, they have both been linked to Wes Wilson and Austin Kroll.
Austin Kroll serves as the ultimate crossover nexus in this universe, I swear.
He really does.
He's been linked to Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House, Ciara Miller, Kristen Cavallari, and Sally Carson. And the pattern is continuing right now. Austin was just spotted with Ali Eklund from the new Peacock show, The McBee Dynasty.
Wait, Ali Eklund? She was spotted with Austin right after her ex-boyfriend, Stephen McBee Jr., publicly called her a hooker and a slut in leaked text messages.
Yeah, the same text messages that sent him to an anger retreat.
Wow. I have to ask, is the Bravoverse just one giant, terrifying game of musical chairs, where the chairs are just different reality shows?
I would actually compare it more to an invasive species disrupting a local food chain.
Oh, I like that.
When you bring a cast member from one show into the environment of another, it completely alters the dynamic. But there is a very logical, mechanical reason they do this.
Is it job security?
Exactly. The financial and social incentives of cross-pollinating casts are massive. They operate in a world where the only people who truly understand the bizarre schedule and the public scrutiny are other reality stars.
That makes sense.
If you date someone on another network, you guarantee yourself a storyline, potentially secure a crossover appearance fee, and double your exposure for brand deals.
All business.
Yeah, it creates an insular dating pool where they just migrate from show to show, taking their baggage with them.
And we are even seeing it extend to the next generation.
Right, the kids are getting involved.
Candy Burris recently spoke out about her daughter, Riley Burris, securing a spot on the Next Gen NYC reunion seating chart.
Which is a big deal for a new cast member.
Yeah, and Riley got into some heavy shade during the season with her co-star Georgia McCann. She threw out ketamine accusations and insulted Georgia for not being able to afford a Birkin bag.
Candy's reaction to this was a fascinating study in PR coaching.
She publicly supported her, right?
She did. She said, "That's my child and I'm going to stick beside her." But she simultaneously offered a mild critique about Riley's argument with Ariana Bierman.
Yeah.
Keough said that while she agrees with Riley speaking her mind, she advised her to tone it down and not resort to calling people dumb.
It's like Candy is literally coaching her on how to play the reality TV game from the sidelines.
That's exactly what she's doing.
She's saying, you need the conflict to secure your seat at the reunion, but you have to manage the optics so the audience doesn't turn on you.
Right.
Which brings us to the ultimate veterans of this ecosystem, who show us exactly what happens after you spend a decade executing these strategies on camera.
The toll it takes on long-term relationships is probably the most significant casualty for the veterans.
We have to talk about Boz St. John breaking down why Garcelle Beauvais really left the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That was a great interview.
During it, Boz stated that fundamentally Garcelle left because of the breakdown of her friendship with Sutton Strack.
Right.
Boz explained that the housewives are their own little sorority, and getting betrayed by someone in that inner circle hurts infinitely worse than taking heat from strangers on the internet.
Boz's analysis is sharp because she views the dynamic through a corporate strategic lens. She pointed out that Garcelle was likely exhausted from giving everything to the show and constantly fighting on all fronts.
Only to find herself lacking support from her closest ally at the reunion.
Exactly. Boz also provided a remarkably blunt assessment of Erika Jayne's constant anger on the show, which fans criticize a lot.
She really did. Boz pointed out the financial mechanics of Erika's situation. She noted that Erika was a waitress who got a massive come-up by marrying Tom Girardi.
Yeah.
They were together for a long time, and then suddenly Erika finds out her husband is lying, stealing from clients, going to jail, and now she is being dragged into it and sued for millions. Boz basically said, I'd be pissed off too.
What Boz is doing there is stripping away the glamour and the emotional fan reactions.
I was looking at the facts.
Right, looking at the bare legal and financial reality of what happened to Erika's life while cameras were rolling. It's a completely different perspective than how the rest of the cast viewed the betrayal.
And finally, we have to look at the Vanderpump Rules universe, where the veterans literally cannot escape each other's orbits no matter how hard they try.
It's impossible for them to separate.
Beau Clark got very emotional recently, comparing his current marital issues with Stassi Schroeder to being roommates.
It is a surprisingly vulnerable admission about the strain on a highly publicized marriage.
But juxtapose that vulnerability with the inescapable, petty drama they all still actively participate in.
Right, they can't help themselves.
At a live Q&A on Jeana Keough's recent book tour, an audience member asked if she'd rather join the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City or the new Hulu show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh boy.
Jeana joked that she could totally join Mormon Wives because her husband Brock was raised Mormon. Well, this obviously got back to Stassi, who fired back on her own audio show saying, I can't get away from this woman. Jeana will 100% show up in my funeral and make it about her.
And this is where the media spin takes over. TMZ sources quickly jumped in to defend Jeana, insisting that the moderator of the Q&A manipulated the tone to make a harmless joke sound like a serious career bid.
They really spun it.
The source even took a massive dig at Stassi, saying she should have learned her lesson about perpetuating lies after getting fired from Bravo.
Wow. They really went for the jugular over a joke about a Hulu show. So what does this all actually mean? We've got PR spin, secret audio at financial seminars, family estrangement, and decades-long grudges that just won't die.
What it means for you, the listener, is that consuming reality television today is no longer just a guilty pleasure.
No, it's not.
It is a real-time study in modern public relations and crisis management. You are watching public figures attempt to navigate intensely private, often devastating conflicts when millions of people are watching, commenting, and forcing them to take a side.
It is wild to watch them try to constantly outmaneuver each other, knowing the cameras are always rolling, even when they technically aren't.
Which leaves us with a really compelling thought to consider.
Fix that.
As we watch these stars arm themselves with Ring doorbell footage, secretly recorded audio, and literal legal definitions of assault just to survive a season with their own castmates, is it even possible to have an authentic, unproduced friendship in this environment anymore?
That is the million-dollar question. Thanks for diving in with us today. Make sure to catch our next audio because we've got a massive cliffhanger for you. Rumor has it a major network shakeup is coming that could change how all these reunions are filmed forever. You definitely won't want to miss it.